Hey, it's Zero at PGzoneHD, and I'm bringing you a walkthrough of my Aladdin's Palace Race custom toy box, which is the 14th custom toy box that I've shown here on this channel that was created by myself, or the 3 that my wife has done. Speaking of which, she has completed a platforming toy box that I haven't recorded yet. She's almost done with another racetrack, so I'll be showing both of those at some point this weekend, most likely. But what you're looking at right here was the starting point for this custom racetrack, and I'm going to be showing a race here with Holly Shiftwell up in the corner. If you're looking for a video with no commentary, just showing the race on this track, I did upload that last night with Mater. But just like I've done with the last few toy boxes, I created half of this track first, made sure that it worked with the computer, and then I built the other half of the track after that. And I'm getting pretty good at laying down the track and having it work with the computer racers. I haven't ran into any problems with that not working since my first couple toy boxes. So it definitely works if you take your time and you're careful with where you place each piece and just making sure that no pieces are overlapping. So as far as building the palace or the castle portion of this track, I mostly use that one big block that I showed in the first part of the video. And the only problem with that piece is that one side of it isn't flat, so it's not exactly like placing down standard bricks. So I had to spend a lot of time covering up and hiding those areas when I was finishing up with the actual castle. And if you notice, when you're racing through the upper level of it, you can kind of see in the roof where the roof just isn't flat. And this is yet again a track that I really liked how it turned out, but I ran out of room to add more stuff, so I couldn't actually put a ceiling in there. I wanted to decorate the inside of the castle and add more decorations on the outside, like more trees, but I reached the limit of the yellow or the orange area of the temperature gauge, and if I added anything else it would have turned to red. And again, I don't like having the racetracks in the red portion of that gauge because then it can make the racing get choppy or laggy, so I just didn't want to do that. Now, I did have to spend some time rearranging the part of the track that ran around the outside of the back side of the palace, and I originally had the branching path that ran up onto the roof even higher. It was up on another level with a ramp to jump off the building, but then when I went to go race on it, it would reset me back down onto the main track because it was just too far away. It was just too high off of the main track. So I ended up raising the main track up, and I moved it as close to the building as I possibly could, which was a bit tricky because of the curved turn track piece that wraps around the corner of the building. That was as close as I could move that piece to it. And I moved the branching path down some, and it would work with jumping off the stump ramp without it resetting me, but then when I would turbo and then jump off of it, it was just too far. It was just a little too far, so I had to get rid of that ramp, so now you just jump off the corner of the building with no ramp there. And I know I haven't talked about this much on this channel, but I did write a book over the summer based on my last couple of years on YouTube, mainly running my Review Zone channel and just doing reviews and stuff like that. And I'm getting the edited version of that book back today, and I have to go and re-edit it a third time so that I can try to publish it sometime over the next week. So I'm going to be busy with that. I'm also going to be covering GTA on my Review Zone channel this week, so it's going to be a little light on videos here on this channel, but I'm going to be back on here once all that's taken care of. But I do still have a few more videos to post on here before I'm going to be gone for a few days. And I've had some of you asking or commenting that you'd like to play or race on these tracks that I'm building and creating, and I've submitted 5 of them that I've made so far to Disney. And I've been paying attention to what they've been doing with the submitted stuff, and I'm 99% sure that my tracks are not going to get published to play on, because the ones that are being published right now seem like they're being created by Disney or by partners of Disney, at least the racetracks, because that Spooky Castle was using a Series 2 power disc that isn't even available yet to the general public, and the other track was professionally done by a group, which I'd assume was from Disney. So I just don't see my tracks getting accepted anytime soon. I'd imagine they're getting hundreds or thousands of submissions, so I don't know how they can even support or handle that. I'd imagine that nobody's even looked at the tracks that I've submitted, but I really wish this game was set up similar to how Little Big Planet was, in which you can just freely play in other people's creations without having to wait for something to be approved. But that's pretty much all I have for this video. This is Zero at PGzoneHD, and as always, thanks for stopping by.